So in this guided meditation, we'll follow through three parts. First, I'll guide you through the inspired protocol, which is out there on my YouTube channel. And it's a protocol to help relax, open, and expand our consciousness and tune us inward. The second piece will be you will imagine walking through a meadow and then a forest. And that could be a meadow or forest you've been to, or something you could construct in your imagination, just whatever comes up in the moment. There's no right or wrong about any of this. And then, guided through this meadow and forest, you will come to a place where you will encounter some of your favorite people, people that you are most comfortable with, that know you the best. And it could be anywhere from 1 to 2, 3, 4, or up to 5 people max. So these are the people that know you, that you're comfortable with. And I'll guide you through this. You don't need to rehearse it ahead of time or think about it too much. Whatever comes up for you will be right. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. So just trust your experience. Okay, so let us begin. We're just finding this comfortable seated position, spine upright, supporting relaxation and alertness, feet flat on the ground. And beginning with the inspired protocol, letter I, inward gazing. N, nostril breathing. S, spine supporting, spirit soaring. P, posture aligning. I, inhaling, exhaling. R, relaxing, receiving, resting, feet flat on the ground, connected to the center core of Mother Earth. E, expanding awareness. Sit bones, perineum and pelvic floor. Entire pelvis, pubic bone and hips. Lower belly. Diaphragm and solar plexus. Heart, chest, and lungs. Throat. Jaw. Tongue. Lips. Nose. Cheekbones. Eye sockets. And the space between them at the brow. temples, and the space between them at the pineal gland. Crown, top of the head, 10 inches above the head. Back of the skull, back base of the skull at the occiput. Back of the neck, shoulders, shoulder blades, and the space between them at the back of the heart. Arms, hands, legs, feet, entire skeletal and bone structure as it supports the whole body, including the tissues and organs and blood vessels, sensing the pulsating flow of the blood through the arteries, veins, and heart. Entire body. And the space all around it. The space above the head, how high does it extend? And the space down below, how low does it go? And the space in front ahead, does it have an end? And the space in back behind, where does it end? And the space in the heart and chest, how deep does it descend? Sensing the totality and vastness of space as it envelops, surrounds, and permeates the body. D, deepening into essence, dwelling in being, doing nothing, simply noticing, receiving, allowing the totality of reality. Resting in pure being. The simplicity of I am. I am that I am. With its dynamic flow and dynamism of ever-changing, evolving experience, moment to moment. Being and ever becoming. Arising fresh, moment to moment. I am that I am. I will be as I will be. Continuing to rest and abide in being, letting the awareness, the consciousness settle down, drop and sink like a pebble through a body of water, finding its way to the bottom floor of the lake or the ocean, resting at the lower belly. Resting the awareness and presence in the lower belly, following the flow of the breath in the lower belly, while noticing the texture of this area. Does it feel more fluid or jello-like, solid like a rock or metal, or more empty and spacious? Just following the breath there, following the texture, allowing it to be. One or two more breaths in the lower belly. And then on the next inhale, drawing the energy and the awareness and the breath up to the center of the chest, heart area. And noticing the texture and quality of the space there. Is it solid, liquid, fluid-like, or more spacious and open? And does it seem dark or light? And if it feels light, what color is it? Is it yellow, gold, green, purple, whatever it might be? Noticing the effect of that on you. And if there's light, what is the source of the light? Or it can be dark, noticing how that darkness affects you. How that dark space affects your energy, your emotional state. And is it entirely dark, or can you see a flickering star point of light in the midst of the darkness? And on the next inhale, drawing the attention and the awareness up to the third eye, the pineal gland, which is behind the brow and between the temples. And again, noticing the quality of this space, this area. And does it feel light or dark? And if there's light there, what color is it? White or blue, sky blue, indigo, purple, yellow? So one or two more breaths there, and then letting the awareness drop down back to the center of the chest, around the heart area. And now you could bring to mind the image and vision of a meadow. Could be a meadow you've been to, or one you construct in your imagination and your mind's eye, and projecting it like a hologram in the center of your chest. And just as letting the image of the meta form, noticing the vegetation that is there, plants, grass, flowers. What colors are you seeing? Is there any water element, perhaps a stream or a pond? And are there other living beings in the meadow? Be birds, butterflies, be cows or horses grazing. And just walking around, exploring the meadow gently, feeling the light breeze, perhaps the sunshine. And as you walk and explore the meadow, you're coming to the edge of the meadow where there's some trees. You begin to walk through the trees, and the density gets larger, and you're finding yourself walking through a forested area where the canopies of the trees are beginning to block more of the sunlight. So it's a little darker, but you could still see your way on the path, hearing the crackling of fallen leaves, noticing the shape and texture of the bark on the trees. As it going deeper and deeper into the forest, gets a little darker. And again, noticing if there are any other living beings in the forest, any other birds or other creatures. And as you continue to walk on this forest path, you're coming to a circular clearing of a small meadowy place in this forest where the sun is breaking through. And it's a grassy area. And in the midst of that little open meadow, you see a blanket with a few people seated in a circle and are having a picnic. And they notice you walking, and they stand up, and you recognize these are a few of your favorite people that know you best, that you feel most comfortable with. And you're kind of surprised. What are you all doing here? And they're smiling back. Well, we were just talking about you. We're here to acknowledge and celebrate you. We are having a picnic celebration. Would you like to join us? So now you're seated with them on this blanket. They invite you to take off your shoes. And you have some of your favorite snacks together, just chatting and smiling. And you're kind of surprised. And after a while, they tell you, we'd like to do a little ritual with you if you're willing. If you are willing, we'll invite you to lie. We're going to move the food aside, and we're going to invite you to lie on your back, kind of in a yoga shavasana pose. Your hands spread to the side a little bit, palms up, elbows resting on the ground. feet spread apart, perhaps a little bit more than shoulder width. And your friends, acquaintances, family members, lovers, whoever they are, just seated around you. And they ask your permission if they may touch you. You could decide if it's comfortable. You can have one of them put their hand on the ball of your foot, perhaps their right hand on the ball of your right foot, with their left hand on your kneecap. Another person mirroring it on the other side. Perhaps someone with their hand cupping your hand. Could be on the other hand, depending on how many people you have, you could just instruct them of how you'd like to be touched if you're comfortable. One of them could be putting their hand on the crown top of your head or your forehead. And just feel into the support of the ground and under your body, letting the weight of your body sink into the earth, feeling the support of Mother Earth through the grassy field and the blanket. And they tell you, we'd like to share some appreciations of you. So you got in your mind's eye who's there and where are they in the circle around you, if and where they're touching you. And just imagine each of them going around the circle, going counterclockwise. Each of them saying something that they appreciate about you from the time they've known you. And take your time, let it be slow. Just breathing in those words. Notice if you are able to open, to receive their appreciation, feeling their touch, the energy coming through their touch. Feeling the support of the ground, the floor below you. What are they appreciating? Your intelligence, your good heart, your creativity, your kindness, your compassionate heart, your steadfast commitment to personal growth, the ways you have supported them. Just breathing in and pausing between each of them, letting those words impact your tissue, your cells, letting every cell, fiber, and tissue of your body absorb the goodness that is being showered and transmitted. And there's nothing for you to do. You don't need to say anything back. You are just receiving. So you can go around for one more turn. Hearing one more thing from each of them. Now they stop talking and you can just lie there, integrating, letting it touch and move you, however it does. And you can thank them for their kindness, for their care, for the gifts they have given you, mirroring back your goodness, your beauty, your virtues. They tell you it's their privilege and honor and pleasure to be sharing with you as you sit up and you look at their faces. They're smiling, beaming. They're so happy to see you receive their gifts. And you tell them, thank you so much. I'm going to need to get going soon, but it means so much to me. Your words, your gesture, your care. I tell you, we're always here in this spot, in this clearing. Whenever you need some nourishment, you can come here and we'll call on us and we'll reappear and give you a good dose of beauty and nourishment for your soul. So you may continue to do good in the world, helping yourself and others, spreading more love and more joy and more beauty. So in a moment, it'll be time for you to get up and you could acknowledge and thank them however feels appropriate through a hug or eye contact or just take another breath or two, basking in this light, this goodness that's coming to you as you turn back towards the forest, the path you came from, knowing you can always come back here. And know you have these loving, caring souls in your life that know you and appreciate you. And they can remind you of your goodness in moments of doubt. So you begin to enter the forest path again, getting darker. And again, you feeling the crackling of the leaves under your feet, seeing the bark of the trees, the canopy of the trees getting a little darker until you're back close to the edge near the meadow. Opening back to the meadow. This familiar meadow you've been to. Remembering your encounter. And then just finding a spot in the meadow to sit down and let your body and your psyche absorb all the nourishment you received. Just taking one or two more breaths, and when you're ready, letting your eyes open and receive the light and the sound of these words. And just looking around now and seeing how the world looks and feels. What's your sense of time?